I've wanted to film and post a YouTube video now for about 6 months, and I've been failing to do so repeatedly. I've probably recorded around 3 hours of footage total. Life update vlogs, thoughts about where my career is going and where my relationships are, and some other fun stuff in between. But I haven't been able to bring myself to post anything. I'm still trying to figure out why that is. Creating these videos about my life has brought me great enjoyment over the years that I've been making them. What initially started as an exercise to improve my video editing has stemmed into a full-time career. And I love the fact that I can plot the progression with honest accounts of how I'm feeling about the projects that I'm working on as they're happening. Even with a couple of blank spots for which I will forgive myself, the initial trajectory, and I suppose now the history of my career as a filmmaker, is clear. I'll probably do a separate video that goes into more detail about the specific projects that I began my journey with, but for now I'll keep it simple. I made my first paid video for an off license in my 3rd year of law at UCD. It's about 6 years ago now. And I'm not saying that I'm disappointed with the rate of progress since then, but I suppose coming off the high of a TV documentary last summer, it's probably natural to feel a sense of stagnation. Because of this, I've been reflecting on my life's purpose a lot recently. Through journaling, long conversations with friends, and a small bit of LSD-induced deep work, I've come to a somewhat satisfactory conclusion. A goal, even. Basically, the way in which I feel like I can best contribute to the world is by creating art that pushes perspectives and encourages empathy within audience for not only themselves but the people around them. To simplify that further, I want to become a documentary filmmaker that improves lives through storytelling. I'm in the process now of coming up with a 5-year plan to become a documentary filmmaker that encompasses that ethos, improves lives by telling stories, and always strives to maintain a balance between focusing on my art and enjoying what feels like too short of a lifetime remaining. There are so many things that I'd like to see and do still. And to combat recent feelings of stagnation, I've decided to move to Lisbon for the next few months. But more on that in a future video. And that's all I've written. But I feel like this could become a series somewhat about the journey to become a documentary filmmaker, the trials and tribulations around that. I'd like to keep it tonally a bit lighter and more humorous than this video appears to be. Because while I feel like there is a value to being sentimental and morose, it's not fully me. So if I do a series, there's going to be fun bits too. It's funny as well, like I've come onto this channel so many times and said, oh, new videos coming soon, you know? And then I just find a way to convince myself that they're not worth making. But I feel good about this one. Uploads might get a little bit sporadic as I move country, but it's definitely going to be an experience worth documenting, so I'll always be filming. So even if the uploads are sporadic, content will follow eventually. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. I think I want to call this series On Purpose, which is actually the name of a podcast by a guy called Jay Shetty. And surely there's some sort of pun I can make with my second name. There's always been puns that I can make with my second name, you know. Michael Fitz Purpose. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, leave them in the comments. And if you want to get in touch with me directly, you know where to find me. I'm online. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So then I go run away.